complex phenomenon. But this is the dilemma facing Monsanto. If we look past the short term, go beyond our core competencies, and do more than just sell seeds. As is, Monsanto's name is attached to suicides. And while Monsanto is not the cause of the problem, we can be the solution. If you go to your local bookstore and browse through the titles, it's easy to see that the India of today is an amazing story of growth and opportunity. This country is changing the face of the world. But behind the software and outsourcing industries that take up business headlines, India is a nation of villages. Look past the high-tech zones that have elevated millions of savvy young Indians into the middle class, and you will see 700 million farmers, most of them struggling to find their place in a changing world. They're at a crossroads, stuck between the past and the present, with an untenable grasp on the future. Nowhere is this problem more pronounced than Vidarbha. This is India's cotton belt, and it accounts for 15% of Monsanto's business in India. Last year alone, some 4 million bales of cotton were produced here. That's 1 million tons. Most of it goes to China, and then makes its way to the United States. Yet Vidarbha's cotton output, which has doubled in the last 7 years, is being outpaced by a suicide rate that has almost tripled. There is no one reason which explains how things got so bad here. But one thing is certain. In Vidarbha, when the farmers get poor, the local loan sharks get richer. 95% of the farmers here go into debt. They have little access to capital and are compelled to enter a vicious cycle. Get loans from loan sharks and hope that your crop is generous. Because when you can't make that inflated payment, it's your land they come after. To these farmers, their land is all they know. Take that away, and they're left with nothing. To the farmers of Vidarbha and all over the third world, globalization has opened the door to new markets, promising technologies, and improved growing methods. But that door is not as open as it seems. Because in Vidarbha, while farmers can get their hands on superior Monsanto seeds, they can't grow them like they do in the US. Here, globalization has accentuated the maladies of an ineffectual system, where the majority of farmers have no access to bank loans, no insurance against pest or drought, no irrigation, no option but to pray that the monsoon rains are generous. Yet Monsanto has the capacity to help resolve these issues. We are the world's leading producer of genetically engineered seeds. Revenues last year topped $17 billion, making 2008 our 5th consecutive year of record sales. This in no small part thanks to our BT cotton seed. Engineered to protect against pests, BT is the only genetically modified crop allowed in India. And today, after 7 years on the market, it represents 2/3 of all cotton grown here. We would like to congratulate you, Monsanto senior management, on our success. But let's take it one step further. Today, we'll show that if we apply the same tenacity we use to protect our position of market leadership towards also alleviating the plight of Vidarbha's small cotton farmers, not only can we have a positive impact on the region, but our business will grow. Deeply rooted in Monsanto's philosophy is that the best way to improve farmers' lives is by giving them access to modern agricultural technology and increasing their harvests. Our company's motto is, unlock the power of the yield. In our annual reports, we pledge to help farmers get more out of every patch of soil, every unit of fertilizer, and every gallon of water. As our CEO states, this is not simply altruistic, but a unique business proposition that creates value year after year. Yet Monsanto's pledge rings hollow in Vidarbha fields, where we have focused on aggressively marketing our seeds. Our salesmen have offered farmers promises, guaranteeing them that, despite BT's high prices, the returns are even higher. The promise of a higher yield resonates. For some farmers, it materializes, but for others, it does not. In Vidarbha, the vicious cycle of poverty and indebtedness has continued. Many argue that it has worsened. You've asked us to examine the ethical issues involved and find an intelligent solution. We are pleased to have identified a target program which not only resolves issues of ethical business and corporate social responsibility, but also adheres to the fiduciary duty of maximizing shareholder value and acting responsibly as a corporate entity. Monsanto can have an immensely positive impact on the region by taking on the three main issues facing Vidarbha's cotton farmers: a lack of education, a lack of irrigation, and a lack of capital. Without education, the farmers' growing methods are outdated. Without irrigation, they can't maximize yields. And without capital, they're forced to go to loan sharks. But before we dive into the solutions, David McKinney will take a closer look at the legal risk Monsanto faces if we stay the course with our current business strategy.